So thank you so much for being willing to go through that active meditation. And I'm so happy that you're here. And I want to share with you a few more facts about raising joy. Joy takes a strong mind, but joy also takes a pure heart. So to have strong mind and pure heart, we do want to pay attention to the things we're saying to ourselves. That's why our intentions are so important. But it's even beyond that. So this French wonderful psychologist and pharmacist named Emily Coué, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. I'm not French. Emily Coué, he really worked with the practice of autosuggestion. And what he said, the strong mind statement that he used over and over again was, every day in every way, I am getting better and better. And he would actually, when he would give the medication to the people that would come into the pharmacy, he would say to them, every day in every way, you are getting better and better. And he would give them this auto-suggestion. And he would tell them, say this to yourself 20 times a day. And he felt like with this kind of practice that they were almost doing a form of self-hypnosis, where they were actually putting this into their subconscious mind. Now, I know many of you have practiced affirmations before, but this is even beyond the affirmations, because he felt like that if you say these things over and over and over again, they eventually do settle into your subconscious mind. So try that as a strong mind statement in the next 4 weeks. Trying that, saying every day in every way, I am getting better and better, and having a knowing that regardless of your situation, that you can experience lasting joy in your life. Another interesting experience that I would love to share with you is the power of joy gazing. And this is a practice that's probably one of my absolute favorites, and I do truly feel like that it really did rewire my brain. And the process we're going to do here in about 5 minutes is called emotional freedom technique, and it also has a lot of research behind it around rewiring the brain. But knowing this joy gazing practice that I sent you in your homework can rewire your brain, I would also like to share it with you. And so you can look at your homework. I'm not going to go through it in too much detail because there's so many wonderful things we want to talk about tonight. But you are a spiritual being having a human experience. And so this belief system, whether you believe it or not, really supports relaxation and joy. So knowing you are more than your story is a true joy builder, that there is more to you than your story. So how do you move beyond just your mind? And I gave you a little short exercise in your homework if you want to tap into this truth even more. And I'm not going to go over it right now in detail, but you can actually do it. It's a writing exercise that works really well to help you get joy beyond your story. And also the joy gazing is another powerful one that I just mentioned, and the practices are vast. The benefits of that practice: they increase concentration, it increases well-being, energy, and it acts like an antidepressant, and it decreases stress. So all you need is a candle, a quiet enough place, and some time for you. So joy gazing is about sitting with your spine straight, because that helps with relaxation, and truly lighting your candle and gazing into this candle. So I have more details about how to do that and help get beyond your to-do list, because we all have one, miles and miles long, and into more joy. And so practicing this joy gazing exercise, I would love to give that to you, as I would love to encourage you to take action steps to do that joy gazing exercise as well over the next week or so, and give me your feedback on the next webinar as to how that's working for you. And if you have questions, sometimes when we start joy gazing, it's like turning the lights on in the basement. It's like, oh my gosh, holy caramba, look at all this trash down here. We had no idea we had such strong points and such sharp things going on inside of us, because we've either been too busy or we've been numbing them with different short-term lived joys, and we don't even know they're there. But once we practice this joy gazing over time, we begin to feel increased energy, and we begin to feel more creative, and we begin to feel in touch with ourselves in a way that we have not, so that we can create that net of joy and love. So they even call it mind yoga, and it really does increase your centeredness and your inner flexibility. You can roll with life more. You can have more joy. You can roll with the punches, and relaxes you all at the same time. So don't be surprised if you practice the joy gazing that it does surprise you what's in there and what comes up for you. And no worries, that's common. and just continue to give it a try. Sitting in front of your candle, I would start, maybe 5 to 10 minutes a day and work your way up to 20 minutes. And if you absolutely love it, do it twice a day for 20 minutes. And this will be a very powerful exercise for increasing joy in your life. This is your brain on joy, and that looks like kind of silly, but when we have joy and we have that expansion and we have that sense of beingness and that creativity, we do just feel like our blossoms have opened up. And it's normal to feel contracted and expanded and contracted and expanded, but when we are in our fullest sense of joy, we feel like this. And this is actually a book cover for a book called Your Brain on Joy. And if you really love all those little scientific, gooey details about your brain and rewiring your brain, you can get more of those in this book. So here's a beautiful picture of joy gazing, as we talked about briefly. This gal does need to straighten her spine, so I'll have a little talk with her later. But she is beautiful, and just looking at your candle and being in a safe place and doing this is a very powerful practice. So here's a little step-by-step approach to joy gazing, and you also have that on your homework, sitting in a quiet spot, placing a lit candle at eye level so you don't have a strain, and gazing into the candle. And just as your mind wanders, bringing your attention back to the candle, and also setting a timer so you don't have any worries about what's next. I know it sounds so simple, this joy gazing thing, but truly it may be one of the most powerful practices out there it's a kind of like an active meditation of sorts for rewiring your brain for joy.